Hey, Brad. Jason Tatum had a career high 8 assists tonight. Can you talk a little bit just how much he's improved as a passer?
Yeah, well, I thought, he watched, I think he obviously was looking forward to playing well today after the other night. And it wasn't just about the ball going in. I think he looked at it and said, there's a lot that I can do to impact the game. He's such a gifted offensive player, and he's got the vision to go along with it. I thought he made a lot of good plays. The pass to Jalen at the end of the game was a great play. But he had several driving kicks where he just made the right decisions. So I thought he played really well. I thought Jalen's shot making was probably as critical as anything else to the game. We had a number of other guys that I thought gave us a lot as well.
John Corrales.
Hey, Brad. Can you explain what was happening with the defense there when Damian Lillard was getting hot? It seemed like the pick and roll coverage was breaking down.
Well, first of all, I thought our bigs did a great job in pick and roll coverage the entire day. Ennis and Tice were where they were needed to be, way up. It's very hard. They got some buckets against us on rolls with Whiteside in the seams and Nurkic in the seams, but you got to give up something. And then when the guards got going off, I thought it was because we went under screens, and that may have been just the wear and tear of guarding those guys as well as we did in the first half, and how hard you have to play and what you need to do to take those threes away. But can't go under them. And at the same time, it's easier for me to say that than actually do it because, they set the angles of the screens. Those bigs are so good screening. And then, most people you go under at 30 feet. But Lillard and McCollum, you just kind of have to readjust your mindset not to. I thought we did a good job for 36 minutes of the game, but that 12 to 14 minutes start of the half weren't good.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
One, was there, you can usually see things before they happen. Was there a point where you maybe we went down like the 14 or 12 that you saw, okay, what if you guys not doing that?
It was there. First of all, you could see it in their bounce, their way about them. I think some of that stuff stands out even more in these quiet gyms. You can hear them, you can see them, you can feel them coming. On the other end of the court, we got, a little sloppy in our own execution, and these leads dissipate quick. I was telling those guys in a huddle, sometimes the worst thing against Portland is to be up because those guys just play free. And so it was really hard to hang on, but our guys did a great job. When they took the lead and then we answered with a couple of transition baskets and Jalen's huge threes, that was great. We're going to be in this position again. It's a great way to respond.
Jalen literally was like maybe 35 feet. He called for the ball like he was going to shoot that. Yeah, like
he knew.
What did that say about his confidence?
Well, I think he knew that, and then he also saw they were mismatched in transition, and they weren't going to get to him, so he'd be able to step into it. No, he's got confidence for sure, and I'm glad Jason made that pass to him in the corner, and I thought Jalen was enormous tonight.
Tim Bontemps.
Brad, I was just curious. Nurkic obviously had a nice game. Again, today you guys have struggled some with bigger bigs here down in Orlando. Adams had a good game. Is there anything you guys have to change up to try to combat those guys a little better?
Well, you pick your poison, Tim, against these guys. I mean, how much you really want to dig off of Lillard and McCollum when they're standing at the three-point line? How much do you want to be back on their pick and rolls because they'll just pull up and shoot threes? So you pick your poison a little bit. Today was not like when Adams hurt us from the standpoint of that was just open layups and dunks. And these were at least like our body. We got back in front. We at least made it contested. We did the best we could. But, we don't have unbelievable size in there. And if we do, we could choose to play potentially that, but it would, take away maybe some other things we do really well. So you just pick your poison and be as good as you can be.
Abby Chin.
Yeah, speaking of that, Brad, how much pressure does it put on your defense when you have to pick up the guards in Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum? I mean, almost 94 feet.
Well, the game has changed because, you have to be able to guard 4, sometimes 5 positions out to 25 feet. And then the very best players and the teams with the best spacing stretch you out to 30. And so that's why defense is so much harder, because you have to cover so much more ground. And, it's why that, it takes so much energy to guard on that end of the floor. And the level of offensive player in the league, specifically Lillard and McCollum, they make that stuff look so easy. And it's kind of a joke, to be honest, how good they are.
Last question, Mark D'Amico.
Hey, Coach, you talked before the game about how Friday night was a great experience. Now you're kind of 2 for 2 in playing close games that went down to the wire. How valuable are these experiences for you guys when you only have 8 games that you can play before you do start the playoffs?
Yeah, these are really valuable. The one thing we talked about is you're going to play all good teams, all teams that are, either rank high in their conferences or are fighting for their lives to make the playoffs. And, that was a playoff level energy that we had to play with at the end of the game. And we played with most of the game because, Portland's in the position they're in and they're good. So I think this is a great experience. It does, obviously remains very difficult on Tuesday with, Miami team that I thought played great yesterday.